to the Elder Council, and basically it's just an information meeting. There's nothing that we're voting on today, so there's really no role to take or anything like that. So if Deborah will come up, she's our treasurer, and she's going to go over the financial condition of the church, and I'll turn it over to her.
Well, good morning, everyone. How are we? All right, I apologize. We have no slides today, but I do have a handout that you'll be receiving shortly. The first thing I want to talk to you about is the Q2, quarter two financial report. And that has to do with our numbers, right? So the actual total bank funds for the quarter that we had was $66,102. We had allocated funds of $9,778, so our net cash available by the end of second quarter was still $56,324, Q2. Now to bring you up to the year-to-date, which would be through July the 31st of this year, our total bank funds on hand were $53,571. We had allocated to youth savings a separate savings of $9,778. We have the pastoral candidate fund, which now has $5,000 in it. And we have the BLT, which has $2,635. So that leaves us with cash on hand, net available, $36,157. Okay? When we look at Q2, our giving budgeted versus actual, the budgeted giving, we had budgeted $116,000, and we actually had $97,000 and change come in. The difference, roughly $18,000 short of the budget. Saying that, the expenses, which were budgeted at $114,000, the actual budget expenses were $113,000, so $459 short. So where does that place us actually for Q2? The income versus the expenses shy $16,000. Now, if we fast forward year to date to see the whole picture of the entire year, which is important, the giving budgeted $284,000, the actual $241,000. Difference $43,000 shy for the year so far. Our expenses, which were budgeted at $274,000, versus our actual income expenses was $247,000. So we have spent $26,000 under budget, which could be good, right? So when we're looking at the actual giving versus the actual expenses, year to date we're shy $6,537.45. Okay? So those are not horrible numbers. Numbers are good. The second thing that I want to review, and Bradley has a handout for each of you. We've had some major investments, one of which was the septic, and the other one of which is going to be the peacemakers. And so I've provided a handout. So if you'd like a handout, go ahead. Just raise your hand, and Bradley will pass one out to you. And I'm going to wait till everyone has one so we have an understanding of what we're looking at, okay? Are we out of papers? Okay, we're gonna have some more made. I'm gonna go ahead in light of time. I don't wanna keep y'all too late. Go ahead and start reviewing this. If you have any questions, I'll sit up front and I'll be here to answer any questions you may have, okay? What you're looking at is the Venice Bible Church transaction report. And the transactions, as you can see, start back on July the 11th. So we have a date column. The dates are specific to when the transactions occurred. The name column will tell you the name of the company that was paid. The memo description column will tell you a description of why that company was paid, what service was provided. And then, of course, the amount is the amount that was paid. And when we look back to when the septic project began, which was back in July of 2013. And you'll see a running tally of all of the debits that actually came through the account. If you flip to the back on the very bottom, on the left-hand side, is the income that came in for 2013 and 2014, and it's separated out for you. So you can see the income that came in for the septic in 2013 was $28,766. You can then see the income for 2014, and that's broken down into the giving, the match, and the IRS refunds, and then that provides you the complete total. Okay? On the right-hand side, you'll see the total expense. So when you look at all of those dollars on the right-hand side, they add up to $117,962.41. You look at the offset of that to the income, $126,564, and the net difference is $8,601.98. Make sense? Okay. We're done with that. If anybody has questions, I'll be here. The next thing I want to take a look at is a septic and Peacemaker investment sheet that I have. And I think it's very important to know where we stand now with a combination of the two. And when we talk about septic and Peacemaker investment, I want your mind to think about that. It's an investment that our church has made, right? For obvious reasons, facilities with the septic is very important. But for the Peacemakers, what it's really doing in our lives. And I will tell you, when I was at our meeting on Wednesday with Paul, and we were told that we were going to be reading the book of Colossians, all 4 chapters, I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting. But what I didn't realize is it's been a lot of fun. And I want to share that with you because for Mark and I, it doesn't matter if we're in the parking lot at Target reading through the chapters, or if I'm at work and one of my associates is saying to me, you're going to come read to me this afternoon. It just has really been very heart fulfilling. And so I hope it's been that way for you all as well. I did want to take a moment and read to you, because I've been reading through. There's been some verses in here that have really spoken to me, and I just wanted to share those with you. So the first one is in Colossians 3, the rules for holy living. And it says, therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. And if I may, I just want to also say Colossians 4, the further instructions that we're given, be wise in the way you act towards outsiders. Make the most of every opportunity. Let your conversation always be full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. And for those of you that don't know, I work at a bank. And so a lot of times during the day, I have a lot of people want to yell at me or something. And things are not always pleasant as you may think. And so I always have to say to myself and remember these verses, because how people see us really makes a difference. Do they know that we're a child of God? And so that was important to me, and I just wanted to share that with you. So I'm going to go back to the septic and Peacemaker investment, and that's where the whole investment comes in, right? How does it really work in your life? Well, our income for 2013, the 28 you saw on the page, and then for 2014, we also have, in addition to what we've spoken about, $6,232.01 that were donated to Peacemakers. Our expenses so far total are $144,000. So in simple numbers, we have a total income of $134,398. We have a total expense of $144,6763. This is for the septic and for Peacemakers combined. So our net differences, we're shy right now $9,669. $2.19. So where have we taken the money from to pay this? Right now, we're using our savings account until additional funds come in or something is different. All right, at this time, I'm going to stop and just see if anybody has any questions. I know that Bradley's here also. If you have any questions of myself, Bradley, any of our elders? No, no questions? Amen. Well, thank you all.
That was easy. Okay, one other thing that I want to bring you up to speed on. The elders are meeting with Jason tomorrow morning, and we're going to come up with a kind of a schedule. Remember, we had a schedule of when he was going to preach, and we were going to take a vote. Tomorrow morning, we're going to work out the details for that, and so that we'll get that to you as quickly as we've got those details worked out, because we have to work with Jason's schedule, and then we'll do this as the peacemakers after they finish their next visit, which is at the last of this month. So at the last of this month, then depending on Jason's schedule, then we'll get him in here and get that schedule out to you so that you'll know when he's going to be here, so you can pray and look forward to that. Are there any other questions or anything else? Yes. That's correct. Yes. Okay. So yeah, it's a two-way street. So he's been praying and he's doing the homework just like we're doing. And so, but tomorrow morning we'll look at his schedule and he'll come in and or see when he can come preach. Yes. Yeah, I see no reason why if our meeting, if Jason is not, or if we see something that you need to be aware of, if the plan for Jason is put on hold or put on pause further past the peacemakers, then I don't see any reason why we can't do a phone tree to everyone. Would that be okay? And to let everybody know, we want to keep you involved in this. This is your churches, and you're a part of this, so we'll keep you involved in it as much as we can. Yes. I'm on Facebook with him. Okay. I've got a cell phone number. I'm not sure. You can write him a card, get it to Sheila, and we'll get it forwarded to him. I think his home address is in the information that we sent out. So you can drop him a card that way and encourage him. Yes, Jerry? Okay, Jerry, if you didn't hear him, Jason has already gotten a lot of positive comments from the church, and so, just keep up the good work. Anything else? Okay, that concludes the meeting, and we're out on time. Yes. Okay, all righty. Thank you.